bang on time.
Early.
Yeah, even better.
Early, actually. How you doing?
Good.
Excuse the iPad cover.
Okay, good afternoon. Same format, 3 sections today with the Sundays, and we'll start with Rebecca at Sky Sports.
Cool, so first question, 2 big games you started with. What do you think worked better against Liverpool than it did against Manchester United last weekend?
Well, we didn't concede so many goals, which obviously helps. There were some really good parts of the Manchester United game. They got lost in the result, but not lost on me. And so I didn't think we should lose any confidence after that game, just to learn from the 4 errors that gave them goals. They were very clinical about taking. The Liverpool was a big test for us because, for me, they're one of the top teams in the world, and we more than matched them. Physically, we were really good considering we only had a short period of preparation for the game, which I was so impressed with the work ethic of the players and the way we moved the ball, the chances we created, lots and lots of things that we've worked on in the last month, 6 weeks. There were big signs of them. So without getting carried away, because we've obviously lost the league game and we lost the Super Cup and penalties, but some really good signs.
You must be hugely disappointed that out of the 2 games so far you've lost both of them.
Yeah, of course, because this is Chelsea. Come here wanting to win. We want to win every game we play. But you have to understand, if you go to Old Trafford, you can lose the game. It's a competitive match and difficult. And as I say, if things had gone our way slightly earlier in that game, I think it may have been different, but that's that. And then obviously with the Super Cup, we lost on penalties when in a game we should have won on match play and chances we created. So I'm disappointed, but as I say, you go up against big teams, you can lose them. What's important is reactions. What's important is Leicester now at the weekend and looking to get our first 3 points.
Tammy Abraham, we've seen that he experienced racist abuse online. What's his response been to that? What's your response? And do social networks need to do more?
Well, obviously Tammy's disappointed. Who wouldn't be? More than disappointed, that's probably the wrong word. I am particularly disgusted by a so-called Chelsea fan. I think it's to see the different ends of the spectrum of the evening. Tammy Abraham asked me to take the 5th penalty because he wanted to take it, wanted to stand up, wanted to be brave on a big night when the world is watching. And at the same time, within moments or hours afterwards, somebody sitting behind a keyboard or a phone said the most disgusting things possible you can say. So I don't know how these platforms it's allowed that people can do it. It's too easy to be done. So something needs to be done, as well as people obviously changing their mindsets completely. That might not be easy with everybody, but I'm so angry for Tammy, angry for us as a club, because that's not what we're about. The club does a lot of work against discrimination at all levels, and it's a setback when these things happen.
Looking ahead to this weekend then, Leicester, they obviously won this corresponding match last season. How important is a win, and what do you make of Brendan Rodgers' side?
Well, the win is obviously important. We want to win all our games. As I said before, we want to win at home, considering we lost the first league game. So yeah, it's a big game for us, in front of our home fans for the first time this season. And with Brendan Rodgers, I know Brendan well. He's a fantastic manager. We've got a great group of players there. Nice mix of some top quality young players and experienced players, and they'll be well coached. So we're going to have a big challenge.
Can you talk us through the future of Richie Batshuayi?
The future is Mitchie's here as one of our strikers, and it's important for him because we know this year we had 3 strikers, but there will be opportunities for him. So with Mitchie, it's an important thing that he trains at the top level every day, gets himself absolutely fit to play the way I want my strikers to play, which will be constant movement on and off the ball for us, and obviously to try and score goals. So yeah, he's very much our player, and competing with particularly obviously Tammy and Ollie for that space.
Manchester City earlier on this week, they avoided a transfer ban for a similar breach of the rule to which Chelsea committed. What's your reaction to that, and do you think it will help with your appeal?
I don't know. I'm not a lawyer, and I don't know the details and the differences between their case and our case. So I can't answer that question as such. Yeah, I don't know enough, actually, I'm afraid. Sorry. I'm not dodging it. I genuinely don't, and I don't want to comment on something that I have don't have a true understanding of the details. Of course, the ban is something that's there for us at the moment. We'll try and hopefully, possibly in January it may change, but if not, I'm working the same way anyway.
Okay.
Frank,
John.
is Tammy a strong character if you had to have a chat with him? So what must be going through his head this week?
Yeah, I've spoken with Tammy, and he is a strong character, and I love his character. He's infectious around the place, a confident boy on the pitch, wants to do really well for this football club, and he has an opportunity to do that this year. So yeah, he's a great young lad, young man, and his football career is ahead of him, and he, you know, has experienced something there which is, as I said, not right on all levels, and it'll be a test of that character that he shouldn't need, but he's got great character.
What about N'Golo Kante, who was brilliant on Wednesday night? Where do you see his best position for Chelsea?
Well, in midfield, obviously. I think it's been a discussion that has probably been over-talked at times last year, and that was me watching it from the outside. But I think with N'Golo Kante, the important thing for me in all my midfield is that we have a flexibility and nobody's pinned down to an absolute structure. And I think we saw elements of that against Liverpool, where players have a freedom to use their attributes. So his idea that he wins the ball probably as well as anyone in world football doesn't mean that he has to sit in front of the back four and do that. He also has too much in his game to drive forward with the ball, to lead midfield areas, to win the ball back high up the pitch. So that's what I want to give him the freedom to do.
And how are the players physically? Because you could have probably done without that extra time.
Probably could have done with that extra time, yes, but you know that's what it was. I don't like to complain too much. The preparation before wasn't great, so it's been a really difficult week for us on those terms. But we do have an extra day almost till Sunday now with the fixture being then. The players are doing a lot of recovery and not too much training. So yeah, I hope physically we'll be as good as we can be.
You're up against Brendan Rodgers. What's your relationship with him? What do you remember?
Really good relationship with Brendan. It was obvious when he was here that he was going to go on to big things. Clever, you know, talk all day about the game. Very forward thinking, very open, and good with his players. It was always that with the young players here. He's proved that in his career as he's gone onwards, and I've got huge respect for him, and I look forward to seeing him.
What will your emotions be when you walk out of Stamford Bridge on Sunday?
Proud to manage this club. Been back to Stamford Bridge a couple of times since I left here as a player, and was lucky enough to have really good support on both those times. And I obviously don't forget the times I had here as a player. So it's going to be an emotional, special day for me. But that's just for me, and the most important thing for us is that we win. That's what I'm really worried about.